Alabama students return to class under a new law limiting their access to cell phones. Governor Kay Ivey signed the Focus Act earlier this year, and it requires public schools to restrict cell phone use during the day. So let's get you involved in the conversation. Should schools keep classrooms cell phone free? Scan the QR code on your screen to answer. The I-Team's Valerie Bell explains why some are pushing back.
It's a new school year, and for the first time, Alabama's schools are keeping its classrooms cell phone free. The Focus Act, short for Freeing Our Classrooms of Unnecessary Screens for Safety, requires schools to restrict phone use during the day.
I keep saying to people, it's not about the phone capacity, it is about they are supercomputers in a child's pocket. It's not just phone, their internet, their texting, their video, and we don't need that going on during the school day. We need students to focus on what's happening in school. Students need to be focused on learning.
State Superintendent Dr. Eric Mackey says the law is clear, but how districts enforce it is up to them.
We have left it up to each district to decide how they want to make sure the phones are stored. We've just been very clear. The law has to be implemented, and the law says the phone has to be turned off and stored off the student's person. And we're letting each district deal with that.
Tuscaloosa City Schools is locking phones away in yonder pouches, sealed at the start of the day and unlocked when the bell rings.
Each student will have a yonder pouch. They'll get it, they'll take their cell phone, they'll put it in the yonder pouch, and it is now locked. So during the school day, the yonder pouch will be locked, and at the end of the day, there'll be magnets like this one throughout the school, and the student puts it on the magnet, pushes the middle button, opens the pouch, and the student has access to the phone.
Other districts like Hoover City Schools are requiring students to power down and store devices in backpacks or lockers. Supporters say the law gives teachers one less distraction in the classroom.
Our job is to represent teachers and support staff, and every day they face difficulties having students engaged, and they battle enough to not have to battle technology as well, and students remaining on devices at all times, even when they're asked not to. So this is a huge win for educators and support staff to be able to have one less distraction in the classroom.
But not everyone is on board. Parents like Leah Hill questions whether lawmakers are focusing on the right problem.
I don't understand why we are once again passing legislation and focusing time on things that are not what the real threat to our children are today.
Students are also pushing back.
The biggest thing is, letting students have a voice.
Spain Park High School junior Saib Vajaha started an online petition to bring phones back.
Me and my friends, we were just talking, and we were like, no students are fighting against this phone ban, so I was like, why not? I should be the one to start. I have no experience, kind of fighting a law or, changing policies, but I feel like this would be a good step towards my future.
The petition now has thousands of signatures. Even Representative Terry Collins responded to the petition, defending the legislation, saying in part, quote, "The harm that cell phones is having on our students is overwhelming. The interference in classroom learning is tremendous."
Obviously, a petition can't overrule the law, but what it can do is cause awareness like this.
Vajaha says he's hoping for a happy medium. He says phones can be a great resource and a way to communicate. He understands not having phones during instructional time, but believes students should have access to their phones during lunch and between period changes.
It's kind of important to me during emergencies because, that's a really big concern, even if it hasn't happened at Spain Park ever, but that's still a possibility. We can't predict what's going to happen in the future, but that is something, emergencies, fire, shooting, anything could happen, and that's just a way we need to have phones in schools just to kind of contact.
For now, the debate over how to balance distraction with safety and connection is just beginning. Dr. Mackey says they are gauging the level of compliance with the Focus Act with a large survey of teachers. The survey was developed at Horton Business School at the University of Pennsylvania and has widespread participation.
You'll see a strong push for that in September as we'll gather new data in addition to the data we gathered at kind of the end of the last school year and the first of the summer.
The law also requires local school boards to implement internet safety policies for school-owned devices and provide social media safety training before students enter the 8th grade. In the newsroom, Valerie Bell, ABC 3340 I-Team.
All right, and let's take a look at our poll question. We asked, should schools keep classrooms cell phone free? Right now, we have 56% saying phones are too distracting. 29 just changed. 30% saying only during lunch and breaks. 14% saying students need access anytime. 1% saying not sure. Now, there's still time to answer. Just scan the QR code on your screen or find this story on abc3340.com.